What's cracking, y'all? My name is Greg Hurd. You already know. Welcome back to the site. This is probably going to be on Greg's Corner, but this is also going to be on...
Shoot. It's going to be on the internet.
Anyway, what's good, y'all? We back at it. We here. I'm calling this one. This is a spontaneous podcast interview chop it up thing. This is what we're going to call this right now.
Yeet.
This is extremely spontaneous.
Around this way, we call that a brand cast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But right now, I'm here with my guy, Mike Pirtle. This man is a very enlightened brother. He is on top of it when it comes to business, branding, marketing, all kind of things. You've been doing your thing for a while, and still doing it, still making moves. I'm going to go ahead and allow you to introduce yourself or what all you got going on. So yeah, this is Mike Pirtle.
Whew, sheesh. The self-introduction. I'm just a guy, bro. I'm a guy that's all about branding. Founded my firm in Thrall in 2009. So this is the 10th year. We're here at our home office, Elite HQ, where this is probably 5th office down the line you're looking at here now. So I just do branding, bro. I am branding. That's what I do. It's what I breathe every day. I love it, and hopefully I'm blessed to keep doing it for quite some time.
Bad, that's you right there, branding. That's what's up. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into it. So I kind of talked to you about this beforehand, but really what we're gonna do is just kind of get briefly into your story and everything that you been through up to this point, and also, mainly talk about what you got going on right now and what you want to get into in the future, and how you plan to expand and everything. You know what I'm saying? So
let's do it.
I mean, first off, like, where did it all start? You know what I'm saying? For you, when it came to getting into branding and everything that you got going on, what was the first thing that that caught your attention?
Whew. Where did it all start? That's a little tough, Like, to me, branding is something that we're all doing, whether we're conscious or not of it. So when I think about branding or like creating a narrative, I really started like, I graduated in 2007, so it probably started in like 2004, 2005. Live journal, AIM, MySpace,
MySpace.
Even back then, everyone was kind of creating these stories and these narratives around their lives, and so I'd say informally, early 2000s. Matter of fact, I have a business plan sitting around here that I did. I dug it up. That I did in 2005, and it was for a business called 24/7 Media. And in the plan, I basically said that I want to create a online website that presents information to young people in a way that they want to see it, and then also have a retail store attached to it, right? So this is in 2005, and going into 15 years later, that's pretty much what I'm doing. So I guess that's where it started. Consciously, 2009. Started the firm 2009. First client was actually Office of Diversity Education for Indiana University. So I did like some web work and stuff like that for them. But even within that, I had started making sites in Dreamweaver years prior. So I would say branding is just something I've been naturally gravitated towards. It's what I do, and so. And over the years, I've been able to really lock in on also taking my ideas and building brands around them, so that those turn into businesses that are now standalone entities, still operating to this day. So
right. So what, with your branding, kind of like you mentioned, you kind of allow people to do their own thing, and it's almost like you monitor what they're doing. You know what I'm saying, to make sure you got them on the right track. So how did you develop that mindset of, in a way, helping people get to where they want to be? You know what I'm saying? With that's what your business pretty much does, is help people get to where they want to go. And a lot of businessmen, they don't have that mindset. So what kind of stirred you into that direction of wanting to do that?
So right now I'm working on a series of books called That Law, and one of the laws is the law of reciprocity. You know, if you want to receive something, it's going to be some measure of what you give out. And so I'm super focused on helping people find their own path. You know, because unless you know where you're going, you'll never have the right perspective to like always gain a positive from everything that happens, whether it's a positive experience or what could perceive to be a negative experience. If you know where you're going and you're sure about your path, you'll either get a lesson or a blessing.
Right.
And if you listen, the lesson is also a blessing. But you know, like you said, we did kind of talk about it. The whole philosophy of having an elite mindset, saying, hey, this is who I want to be. I'm going to head towards that unabatedly. I started pushing that out in 2012. I was in the military at the time. I joined the military in 2011, really just focused on me. You know, who I need to be, separating from the environments that I was a part of and getting down to the core of my soul, really. Like, who are you? That internal conversation. And this elite mindset philosophy began to develop. And at the center of that philosophy is, if you look at the word elite, in the middle of it, you have the letter I. And if you can say, who am I, right? And you're clear about that, you can be elite, because then you can block out the noise, block out the negativity, and always be focused on creating a progressive and hopefully fulfilling life. So my business is based around that, you know, that elite mindset philosophy, the concept of be elite has been at the center of Enthrall since we incorporated. And the Elite Coalition and Garb and like the other branding didn't kick in until years later when I was living in San Francisco, 2017, right? So I had actually been building that brand for 5 years before it manifested. And with individuals, I truly do believe that if you get down to the core of who you are, then your best ideas will get life, you know, because you'll give more energy to them than giving it to, you know, things that really got nothing to do with you.
Man, you every time I have a conversation with you, and you first of all, you always have great quotes. You know what I'm saying? You know, everything that you experience, positive or negative, it's either a blessing or it's a lesson. And if you're lucky, then the lesson will turn into a blessing. You know what I'm saying? You always have great quotes.
I'm just a vessel, bro.
Man,
like that's
just dropping knowledge. That's just a whole bunch of gems. I like to say dropping gems on everybody that they got to catch. But yeah, and then I'm sure that you were able to like internalize all that and really you know, learn that perspective of being able to have that kind of knowledge just from your upbringing in general. We kind of talked about it before. You've traveled or been to a lot of places, reside in a lot of different areas. Do you think that kind of had an influence on how your mindset was and how you are today? Yeah,
for sure.
What's some of the areas that you lived in? Let's touch on that.
You want to run through the list?
I wouldn't say. Yeah, let's go ahead and go through the whole thing. Let's go.
All right. And maybe we could keep count because I don't know the exact number.
All right. I got you.
So I was born in Hawaii.
Boom.
From there, me and my little brother Gabe were both born in Hawaii. Moved to Alabama. We lived in North Carolina, Tennessee, Gary,
5,
Okinawa, Japan,
6,
San Diego, which I call home, and to this day, it's the most beautiful place in the world to me. From San Diego, we moved back to Gary for a little bit. Maryville. Went to Bloomington. I was in college in Bloomington. From there, joined the military in San Antonio for about 3 months. Biloxi, Mississippi. Germany, a little town called Schönenberg-Kugelberg in Germany. Lived there for a couple years and then moved back here to Indianapolis for a year. Left from here, went to San Francisco, a city right just on the southern border of San Francisco called Daly City. Was there for a couple of years and then moved back here.
That's 4. Well, that's 13. 12 or 13.
13. That's a good number. There were 13 colonies.
Okay.
In this country.
There we go.
And it's gonna be at 13 for a minute. I'm not leaving that for a minute. Like,
good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, I'll probably at least get to 50 mil before I leave Indianapolis.